Right, I'd like to welcome Eddi Andreas with us today, and he is one of our Zenler instructors, and he's using the platform. And I want to talk to him a bit today about how he came to know about Zenler, struggles that he's faced, and how Zenler is helping him today. So, a warm welcome, Andreas. Good to see you, all the way from Colombia. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, David. I am German, but I've been living in Colombia for the last 20 years.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about what. Let's start what you do first.
Well, I'm a musician. I'm a professional bass player. I hold a master's degree in music education, which doesn't really matter in the online world. And I have two instructional books about bass playing published through Alfred Publishing, but only in German. And yeah, so 6 years ago, when my second book was published, a friend of mine saw it on Facebook that I was promoting my second book, and a friend from university. And he contacted me and he told me, because he was knowing that selling books does not, you don't really make a lot of money selling books, only a small percentage. And he told me, why don't you try online to sell online courses? Because you'll make 100% of what you make is yours. And he was doing that by the time. He's a guitar player, and I guess he's one of the three most popular guitar teachers online in Germany. And so I learned a lot of stuff from him. That's how I started.
Wow. So your courses, how do you lay them out? Is it for beginners right through to advanced?
Pretty much, yeah. And I guess I should have even more stuff for beginners because that's the biggest market. But I started with a very complicated advanced course about the modes, the Greek modes. That's a very special topic for advanced musicians because my friend told me, like, start with whatever you know works. Like, take some topic from that you know that work well. Well, I've been teaching at different music schools, and so I had experience, and he was right. I knew certain topics where students told me that I was like the best for explaining them. So I took this special topic to make my first online course, and I'm still selling it today. And for me, the most important thing was to get a product out, because other people say first you need to have a big online presence, a big YouTube channel, and grow your audience. But I really wanted to have a product. I had two books. I wanted to have an online course, and then I started the whole journey, and it's worked out well.
Wow. So how did the journey start for you? What platform did you choose? What happened? What was those struggles that you faced when you first started this?
So first of all, the German culture sometimes is like a different universe because generally we Germans are very fearful. We don't want to break the law. We don't want to use an American or a British platform because then maybe we'll have problems with tax and all that stuff. And the German law for the privacy, what's it called? Protection of your private data. All of that stuff is very strict in Germany, and we want to comply with everything. I'm not like that because my dad is a lawyer and he's never been like that. And I've been living in Colombia, and as you can guess, in Colombia, everything is pretty relaxed, which can be good sometimes not that good. So, but anyway, I started out with all the platforms that my German friends were using, especially the German friend who was very successful with guitar courses. And the course platform is called Kochi. That's run by Germans, and it's specifically for the German market. So my first problem was that platform, I could not configure it in Spanish because as I live in South America, and actually I feel more comfortable speaking Spanish by now than English. Um, so I wanted to publish everything in both languages, Spanish and German. And I could not configure that platform in Spanish. They only offered German or English. And their English wasn't that good. There were a lot of mistakes in their English. But anyway, I configured the platform in English so that the Spanish people could understand something navigating on the platform. But then again, the Germans also didn't find the platform in German. That was kind of strange, but it worked. And the other thing was that a lot of people are using MailChimp because I was told I needed to collect different emails so I could promote my stuff. And MailChimp, I really love MailChimp because it's a platform that had worked perfectly for me and never any problems, great support. Also, you could have 6 years ago, you could have up to 500 contacts for free and use all the functionality. That was great. And then I needed another tool for to collect reviews from your customers, which is integrated in Zenler. So I chose, again, a German platform that's called Proven Expert. And the same problem, you can only run it in German or in English. So I needed to get 2 accounts, one in German and one in English, to send English emails to my Spanish customers. That was all crazy stuff. But it worked. It grew rapidly. And after the first 10 reviews, which are free, you have to pay because it won't show you any new review if you don't pay, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks a month. But then quickly I grew up to 150 reviews in each language. And then I had to pay $600 a year or something. And I was getting close to like the maximum plan they had. And I would have, like in total, I would have to pay $2,400 a year because I needed the 2 languages and whatever. And my good friend told me, yeah, you need to invest that money. If you want to make a lot of money, you need to put money in first. So I went along with all of that. But at some point I was like, man, I live in Colombia. Minimum wage here is $300 a month. Minimum wage, and I'm spending $2,400 on a review platform where people give me 5 stars and say the courses are great. I mean, yeah, it worked well, but
there's a lot of overheads.
Excuse me?
There's a lot of overheads. That's a lot of stuff you're paying out to just try and run what you might consider like just a basic course.
Yeah. Then MailChimp was working really well for me, but I was close to 10,000 contacts, and on their legacy plan, I soon would have to pay $150 a month, and I'm only sending out my newsletter monthly, a simple text newsletter, and I felt like I'm not even like it wasn't really worth it, and one big problem I encountered, but maybe I'm a special case, or maybe not, because there are a lot of digital nomads, right? So my first problem was as a payment gate, I used the German service Digistore24. I think that they're number 1 in Germany because I think in Germany they were the first to offer the automatic payment of taxes, of the what's it called? The tax you pay for every thing you sell.
Like
sales tax.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that was the first platform in Germany that really had figured it out very well, that everything would be automatical, and that was good for the Germans who are always worried about every little detail. But they take out an 8% of everything you sell, plus I don't know, half a euro for every, like it was a lot of money, almost 10%. But my German friends told me, yeah, but that's totally worth it because you won't need to pay an accountant to do all that stuff for you. I said, okay, I go with it. And that was perfectly integrated with the other platform. Like the German platforms integrate well. I was in the German universe, not even living in Germany. But now the biggest problem, just let me tell you that, was that in that payment gateway, I could not configure my German bank account as to receive what the money I made because they needed a German tax ID. They didn't say German tax ID, it said tax ID, but I figured it would have to be a German tax ID in the German, universe. So when I was on vacation visiting my parents, I went to the German what I don't know what you call it, tax, office. And I told them I forgot my German tax ID number because I haven't been paying taxes in Germany for 10 years because I'm living in another country. They told me, yeah, and we won't give you a number because you don't live here. I told them, yes, but I want to pay my taxes here because it's easier for me to pay my taxes in Germany. I sell German courses through a German platform. I want to pay my taxes here and just have peace, They told me, no, you can't because you don't live here.
Oh, you're trying to give them money.
Yeah, yeah, I guess like the government should be watching this and take some action. Okay, so, but legally speaking, I found out that I need to declare all my income in Colombia because I'm a resident here. And so I put my Colombian tax ID in on the German platform and they accepted it. They never questioned it. Though, but there was a real, for almost 1 year, I could not withdraw my money. I sent it to a PayPal account. There was all crazy stuff. And I couldn't get the money from the PayPal account because 6 years ago, Colombians were not allowed to withdraw money from PayPal accounts because of all the drug problems, like laundering money problems. It's better now, but it's been difficult when I started out. And my German friend told me, well, because I told him, that's all crazy. I can get my money and that tax ID, that's all, And my friend told me, he told me, that's the first problem you encountered. If you give up with the first problem you encountered, you're not ready for this business. And that's when I calmed down and said to myself, okay, if he could do it, I'll do it as well. So that's my story so far.
That's
And now, like 1 or 2 years ago, I started to rethink everything. I changed my reviews to Google reviews. So the big advantage is that you can watch my Google, in Google Maps, you can see look for my business and read the reviews. They are German and Spanish reviews, but the whole user interface is in whatever language you like.
yeah, yeah. That's a lot better to have it on Google or even like the Trustpilot reviews, just because it's more public as well.
Yeah, and people trust Google more than many private platforms where you pay to have your reviews. People hate Google because they spy on you through Google Maps. They know where you are driving, all of that. But in the end, they know that you can't pay Google to delete the bad reviews.
Yeah, and the other thing is that when people do it in platform, you can fake it. It could be faked. You don't have to let the bad reviews go on there and all of these things. I mean, obviously there's bad sides of it as well, because some people come in and sort of just put a bad review when they haven't really learnt what you're trying to teach, those kind of things, or they don't know, they give up. So they use that as an excuse to put a bad review. This happens, but you hope that the good reviews will get past that. Because after all, reviews, like, people like to moan about things. When someone's doing a good job, it's like, it's done a good job, that's it, okay, I'm out of here. So you have to really tease them to get these reviews out of people. We find that here at Zenler. So can I ask, Andreas, like, you've gone through the pits of hell to get to where you are. Why did you choose Zenler? What happened to make you even know about us?
So with all the ongoing problems with my bilingual business, I was like almost always looking for different platforms, for alternatives. And especially in the beginning, sometimes there were months where I made good money, and then there were months where I made only a few hundred. And at the end of the year, it was all good. But when you make, let's say in 1 month, you make only $300, and you're spending 100 on your online course platform, 150 on MailChimp, and the other thing that makes you feel really, really bad, and you need a lot of confidence. Thanks to my wife, my wife always supported me because I renounced, how do you say, renounce or resign? I was teaching at 3 schools and I got rid of all of them to just concentrate on my business. when I saw that it was going well. So I was looking for better solutions for my needs because of the languages and to save some money. And Zenler, I found Zenler looking for platforms online with Google. I saw comparisons, blogs and videos which were comparing platforms. And Zenler always stood out. I don't remember very well why, but it seemed to be very complete. It seemed to be very complete and affordable because there are some all-in-one platforms, but they charge you the same amount that I was spending on the single tools. So I wouldn't gain that much. And maybe 2 years ago, I was checking out Zenler a lot, but there were some little things that I thought that were missing, reading different blogs. I don't even remember what, like little things. But the main problem has always been for me that looking for information on the internet and talking to other people who are selling online courses, almost all of them will tell you, well, if you want to be professional, you need to have a single tool for everything, boss, because a single tool will always be better than the solution offered by an all-in-one platform. And it seems to make sense because you pay more, you get more. But half a year ago, I was checking out Zenler again, and it seemed to become better every time I checked it out. It seemed to be a more complete platform. And then I contacted another friend of mine, who is also a bilingual musician, Nick Scholl. He is of German and British descent. He's a trombone player and selling obviously a trombone online courses. And he had always told me, forget about all the German platforms. Zenler is the thing you need. And I told him, yeah, but it's an all-in-one platform. And I read this and that in online blogs. So all the main features were there. I could use different languages. I can configure the different buttons. If I don't like what they're saying in Spanish, I can use a different word. I have 3 subsites. I even have 1 subsite in English, although until now I haven't published anything in English, but you never know. And I thought I would, instead of MailChimp, look for a cheaper platform with less functions. But then I read on the Zenler Facebook group, there are always new people who ask this question, can I do everything from within Zenler, like send my newsletters through Zenler Mail, or do I need an outside service, a professional third party, whatever? And there will always be 1 or 2 persons saying, I didn't need any of that. I'm still using Zenler Main and it's just as good as anything else. So I thought, and I was reading all the opposite opinions, and you're great in the Facebook group. You accept any opinion, even critical opinions. You don't delete them. So you get really like a big picture of different opinions. So I told myself, yeah, I'll try it. If it doesn't work out, I look for a different email solution, but it's been great. And I really enjoy that now I can do everything within Zenler. I don't have to jump back and forth between different platforms and different languages. In the beginning, you think, yeah, I'm so professional with all these tools, all these windows open on my desktop. But after 6 years, I just got tired of it.
Yeah, you want it all in one house. You can just look after it. You know your house. You can just go around. You can clean it. If you've got like apartments in London, you've got one in New York. You know, you've got to look after them all, and it becomes expensive. You know, so yeah, I think all in one is what we aim for, and intuitivity as well. How easy did you find it to pick up Zenler?
For me, it was very easy, very intuitive. Although I had read the opposite in some blogs. I don't know if some blogs are sponsored by other platforms, so they want to talk bad about other platforms. You can't really trust anyone on the internet. You have to try it out for yourself. But it's great that you can try Zenler for free in the beginning. But after only 3 days, I think I upgraded to the Pro plan because I just felt, yeah, that was it. That was the platform I needed. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So how you actually find the platform, the intuitivity of it, it's like where things are. If you even think things are missing that maybe should go in there and be to make it more rounded.
No, for me it's great the way it is. One tip for new people in Zenler: anything you don't find in the different tabs in the navigation, it's always in the site tab, like all your contacts and integrations and stuff. Once I had figured that out, it was easy for me. I only watched a few of the instructional videos that you have, or when I was looking for a specific function, I would look for this specific video instruction, and I didn't need anymore. Anyway, Zenler is way easier than any German platform. I hate German software. Doesn't matter if it's music notation like Finale, which is a German software. All that stuff is always way over complicated. That's like a cultural thing. And I know what I'm talking about because I am German. So Zenler is thumbs up for me.
You can say that firsthand. Yeah. So you're saying to me that none of the tutorials that we spend thousands of hours doing, you watched.
No, I'm not saying that. I watched the first couple of them where they tell you like how to get into the platform and do basic stuff, and from there on it was how do you say auto explain, yeah.
Yeah, just intuitive for you to use. But so how long have you been with Zenler?
I started in May, and the 1st of May I upgraded to the Pro plan and started loading up the videos for the courses that I already had. And on May 15th, I brought all my contacts over, my almost 10,000 contacts, so I could then enroll all the previous the clients, the customers that I had in the different courses which they had purchased from me. And it's been, so what is that? Half a year?
Yeah.
There's one thing that I would like to tell all the people who are thinking about switching to Zenler but are not sure yet. You do not have to use all of the functions that Zenler offers. You could only use it for hosting your online course. And what you're paying in Zenler is the same that you pay, or even less, in any other hosting platform. You're like people sometimes I think they feel, yeah, but I don't want to manage my contacts within Zenler. I don't want to give up my WordPress page because the all-in-one solution will force me to do all that. It's not true. You can use Zenler only to host your online courses, and at a reasonable price. That was also my concern. I don't know why I was thinking like that I would have to give up all my old stuff. It's not true.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you can, you can set up full domains, or you can set up subdomains. So if you've got a WordPress site on your main domain, you can just point people, as Andreas said, to the courses, and it then becomes easy to keep those pages if you've got a lot of traffic coming through it. If not, you might want to just, if you're new, you might want to set your whole site up using Zenler. It's really up to you what stage you're at. But Andreas knows this, so it's good that you're doing it that way for sure. So I want to ask you then, so you just brought up a really good thing. So what don't you use inside Zenler that you haven't really touched, like Zoom, marketing funnels? Have you looked at any of that stuff yet? Are you going to?
So I still have my WordPress website, but after designing my first landing pages in Zenler, I thought to myself that if I had been using Zenler 6 years ago, I probably wouldn't have started with a WordPress site. I would have made everything within Zenler because the landing pages are very easy to construct, to build. And so I probably would have built my whole site within Zenler. But now that I have my WordPress site working well, I don't want to touch that. That's the only thing I'm not using in Zenler. I'm using Zenler for some free courses that I have, for all my newsletter stuff, all my promotional stuff that I send out, all my paid courses as well. What else do you offer that I'm not using? I'm using the promotional, how do you say that? The codes, the discount codes,
Coupons.
coupons I'm using.
Are you using Zoom?
Yes, because I have one course that is not only an online course, but there's a weekly session with me live. So I used to pay Zoom, how do you say, like,
Subscription.
yeah, subscription. And that was not the reason why I chose Zenler, but once I found out that Zenler was also offering Zoom, I canceled that subscription as well, and it wasn't even expensive. I think $17 a month.
Yeah, and
Yes.
remember, with our Zoom, you can have like on your pro account, you can have up to 300 people in there. So you'd be paying a lot more if you were paying Zoom to have 300 participants.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got the True Webinar in there as well, which is additional on the Zoom subscription. So Zenler offers enterprise level Zoom to any of our paid members, whether you're on pro or premium. And I think that is a big draw to people. And it's good to see that you're using it, Andreas, because I'd like to think that you've got this and you've got these other features that you've got access to, like the marketing funnels. This, if you're not tapped into marketing funnels, any of that stuff, you really want to have a look at it because it's a really good way to build your email list up.
Yeah, I have like for all of my contacts, I usually get through my free course, which is it's not a very extensive course, but it's a complete course, so people really see there's value in it. And I have that landing page still on my WordPress page. So I guess there are still some stuff that I could bring over to Zenler. But for now, the 6 months I've been into this, I've been moving how many? 14 courses in total. I'm gonna take vacation by now and then come back and see that.
Well, you're in a warm place. You can have a vacation in Colombia, can't you?
Yeah. Also, yeah. For Christmas, I'll be going to Germany, but yeah.
All right, come back to the cold.
Yeah.
That's good. The other thing that you know is now you're on the platform, that price does not change for you.
I know that, yeah. That's a
It's
great.
never it's never going to change. So you haven't got to worry about this thing of hiking stuff up, which a lot of the platforms do. Each year they go up, and then they haven't grandfathered people in. So you're grandfathered, so you stay on that plan. And I think that's magical because because we're gonna go up in price, but not for you guys because you're already on it.
Yeah, I knew that, and that so I'm tied to Zenler forever. That's what you're telling me.
No, I'd never say that, but yes, you are.
Okay, tied to the price.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eddie.
Okay.
Take care.
So
Bye.